Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. I'm super excited. I'm doing another live today. I've been doing so many with all of the different people who are participating in this upcoming event that we have with Elena Cardone to raise money for Drug-Free World. So today I'm so excited. I'm going to go live with Christa, who works for Grant Cardone Canada. She's a real gem, so you can learn more about her. And actually, my man owns this company, if you guys didn't know that. Hey, gorgeous.
Oh, oh,
Good, how are you? I love your red lips.
thank you.
That's amazing. So I was just kind of telling them what I've been up to with these lives. I've been doing so many. It's been super fun.
Nice.
Just to kind of get to know everyone who's helping promote this event and just share what they're doing. So maybe we can start with you telling us what you do for Grant Cardone Canada, and maybe what Grant Cardone Canada is, and then what you do for them specifically.
Yes, definitely. So Cardone Canada is a Canadian brand of Grant Cardone company. So what we do is we sell to businesses, a lot of car dealerships mainly, but all kinds of different businesses, help them increase their sales by 30% within days.
Amazing.
So, yeah. So I don't do the sales exactly, but I wear a few different.
Nice. Well, I was just excited to chat with you because I was well, it's always nice chatting to another lady, and
Yeah.
of course, I wanted to include you guys as helping to share the event because perhaps some of your clients might be interested in sending their wives to this online event, or even just them in general, because I know a lot of guys love Elena Cardone, and she's actually writing the men's manual now, which is so cool.
That's awesome.
So cool. Okay, so maybe from your perspective of what you know about Grant and Elena from working in the environment that shares Grant content, first of all, but then secondly, just from you knowing them yourselves, what do you love about Elena and Grant?
I really truly love both of them. I think Elena is amazing. I think she sets a good example of
Yes,
how you can have it all and be it all and do it all, especially in I guess 2020, right? And there's a lot of expectations of what relationships should be like, of what goal for a man and women in business and everything. And I feel like she sets a tremendous example of all still be feminine but strong. We're all the hats and balance it all. So that's something I really personally admire her a lot for.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I really love that she actually, I was just reading this today because we were outlining the handout for the event, but exactly what you said, where she's okay, just really get down to business. How can you fortify and expand so it doesn't, you have to get rid of the identity of oh, that's a man's job or a woman's job. It's well, who can perform it best, and let's just roll and make it happen for the bigger picture, right? So I was I feel I'm super excited to learn more from her on that specifically too, because sometimes it's easy to get caught up in being well, I can't do that, that's not for me, that's someone else's role, right? So
Yeah,
very excited.
totally. They're very much a brand, or very much a team, and they've figured it out somehow how to be the for each other. So I'd love to hear her talk about that.
Oh, I know, how they made that work. I'm sure we can definitely ask her, because I know from previous conversations, obviously they've had their challenges too, like anyone else, right? So overcoming that barrier. So basically, for anyone watching right now, we're talking about the online seminar that's happening this coming Tuesday with Elena Cardone. So literally also just announced her book. I have it here. Was recommended as literally one of the top 20 books to read during quarantine by USA Today, which I thought was a huge accomplishment. I was that's
easy,
incredible,
on audiobook. So good.
I know. So good. So we have her for 1 hour. The event is open to ladies, gentlemen, and couples, and we will be able to pick her brain. So we have kind of outlined exactly what we want to talk about with her. She's going to keynote a little bit. I'm going to interview her, and then we're going to open up for questions from the audience. But we've done a really good job, which I'm super happy about, tailoring the questions so people will get a lot out of it. So it's not just about building your empire. People can learn about confidence too, and
Yeah,
even if you're single, like how do you find the right person? Because I know you've been doing like some, topics about that too, or I'm sure like it comes up.
totally, totally. I'm really excited about all the different topics. So I was kind of looking at over the points that you've touched on that you've mentioned she's going to be going over. So they all sound amazing, especially that how to build confidence, all that. Very, very much looking forward to it.
Totally. It's going to be good. I had a question that came up that I thought would be a good one to ask you because
Yeah,
maybe I feel like I'm sure you might see it. I don't know with the clients you work with, but like
yeah.
people who businesses like, do you ever talk to any clients where like, okay, maybe it's a husband and wife team or like a family operated company, but if everyone's on the same page, like are their results better? Like, have you kind of noticed that? Because I feel like that's quite applicable to building your empire, really.
Totally. We do run into that sometimes, even on that, like people doing the training on university. Maybe it's like they don't want to train, they're not necessarily on the same page as the idea of training at home is that it's just something you do at work,
Yeah.
work life, and then home life, and they don't
Right.
match or mesh very well. And I think that's definitely, I know Grant talks about a lot, and Elena as well, and how to make sure you're on the same page together, and it's not two opposing forces.
Totally. Like that's I like that you brought that up because that's one of the things we're gonna do. Like she has it actually in her book where she gets people
Yeah,
to do like your own goals, your partner's goals, and then goals as a couple because obviously everyone's different. It's like you and your spouse or even you and your friends aren't gonna be the exact same. That's just not possible. But I mean, if you can find like the things that you can work on together, I feel like it really helps create like a beautiful segue as
exactly.
like how you can expand. So that's really cool.
Totally. Totally. I think it's even important in like not just relationships, like romantic relationships, but in friendships or any partnership to have shared goals. Come
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, I mean, like when you're building your empire, you don't do it alone. So
exactly.
gotta have the right people. Okay, so my last question for you is this event goes to 100% of the proceeds towards drug-free world, which I'm like super excited about because I feel like every time I talk to someone, I get like more new information about why they're passionate and then also, finding out more things that this organization actually does. So I feel like I know you know a little bit about this organization, but even just like personally, why do you feel it's important to share like the right facts about drugs?
Yeah, I think today, like in today's society, it's so like popularized doing drugs and
Mm-hmm.
especially like I'll just say, especially weed, like it's so common in Vancouver. It's legal in Canada now. But people do these things without really understanding what the effects of them are and how they
Yeah.
actually affect health, like both mentally and
Mm-hmm.
I think there's just a lot of false information out there that people think it's okay or they think it actually when in the long term, even if it doesn't. So younger cousins, like oh, and even people my age, and
Mm-hmm.
for me, I'm just very passionate about getting people the truth about drugs, so that they don't fall into that trap. Because it's kind of heartbreaking when you see it happening. So it's very,
Yeah.
very close to my heart that this particular cause.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. And I think like it's definitely been a commonality actually when I've asked everyone that question. And I think one of like the really beautiful things that I didn't actually know about this organization is that when they do specific events, they help people set really great goals and find out what they like so that they can put their attention on these things that are productive and producing so that when drugs come along, they can really like identify it as a distraction. And I never really like thought of it that way, but I was like, wow, that like totally makes sense, because like when you are so busy and you have like a great game going or a great thing going, like it's easier to say no to things that, you know,
That's
come,
so
come your way. And I didn't know they were doing that. So I was like, that's really cool. I'm like even more excited that all the money is going towards events like that.
yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, people usually I think when people do drugs, it's because they're bored or they have some sort of problem of like mentally or emotionally where they're not happy. So if you have goals and you're working towards them, definitely that's a good way around it.
Absolutely. Okay, great. Well, this is kind of all I wanted to chat about. I wanted to get your opinion on these questions and just share more about the event. So, again, this event is happening on June 2nd, which is coming up so soon. So, this is Tuesday. It starts, the room opens because it's over Zoom. So, it's an online seminar. The room opens at 4:45 p.m. It starts at 5 p.m. PST, which would be 8 p.m. EST. I'm like, got to get those time zones right. So if you're interested, the link is in my bio. Is it in your bio too, Christa?
Yep.
And the Grant Cardone bio, I guess, as well.
Yep.
So yeah, grab your tickets. We also have discount codes circulating around, so just send us a DM. And very excited to see you guys on Tuesday. It's going to be so much fun to hear from Elena, and also just to have all the proceeds go towards Drug Free World. So I can't wait.
Good.
It'll be so good. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's perfect. I'm just super excited. I'm trying to get as many people as I can to attend it, and looking forward to hearing what Elena has to say.
It's going to be so good. Okay, awesome. Thanks for your time, Christa. I'll see you on Tuesday.
Thanks, Megan.
Okay, bye.
Bye.